911 selling CDs. He had a criminal past. Yes, had carried a weapon with him for protection. Do we know the whole full story? No, we don't. We do know that a 911 call was put in with a description that matches him. Do we know that if that was put in just to go after the guy, or if it was real or not? We don't know. Okay, so that guy was shot point blank. Okay, so the second video we see of an African American getting shot point blank by a police officer. The girlfriend videotapes it. I don't know how she's not freaking out, but she's not freaking out, because I'd have been yelling and screaming and cussing up a storm and crying and everything else. That guy obviously stated that he did have a concealed weapons license. He did have one. The officer asked for his license and registration. He leaned over to get his license and registration. Boom, 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 boom. 4 shots. He's dead. What the cop should have done was have the gentleman step outside of his vehicle, had him up against the car, ask him where his weapon was, take the weapon, then get his proper identification. That right there could have solved that murder. Yes, I am going to call that one a murder. That one definitely was a murder. Then you have the DC stuff. Okay, found out one of the guys that was killed, that was involved with the sniper and all that craziness, not DC, but Dallas. Found out he's a 25-year-old military veteran. Okay, this is so uncalled for. Our country is going into a civil war. That's exactly what is happening. I have no problems with police officers. They're doing their job. It is just certain officers are having problems. Either one, they're not properly being trained, or two, they have lost their ever-loving flipping mind. And if anybody wants to sit there and call me a racist, by all means call me a racist. I really don't care. I have, a brother who is black. I have, well, he's mixed. I have a nephew who is mixed. I have tons of people of color that are really good friends of mine. Do I think these shootings should have happened? No, I don't. Do I know if the first guy that got shot, or the CD guy, the guy selling CDs, do I know if that was a gun that the cop pulled out? No, because the video doesn't actually show it looking like a gun. It kind of looks like a wallet, but we don't know because we weren't there. We don't know the actual situation. We don't know what's going on. So here's the problem. So now you have all these protests going on. You have all this going on. This is coming up with the whole racial profiling against the black community, the white community, and it's horrible. It is absolutely horrible, and it is going to lead to a civil war against blacks and whites. Nobody wants that to happen, do they? No, nobody wants that to happen, especially in our generation. Our kids don't understand this, and it's gonna lead to so many problems that we're not even gonna know what to do. It's me as a white person. Okay, I'm white, okay, but I'm a Heinz 57, okay? That's what my aunt calls me, a Heinz 57. Okay, I'm German, I'm this, I'm Polish, I'm this, that, and the other. So technically, I'm not just white. I'm a bunch of everything, just like everybody else is. We're a bunch of everything. Not everybody is just African American. Not everybody is just white. Okay, so we're all nationalities, all of us. So why can't we all just get along? Seriously. It's getting so out of control that it scares me. Like, I was hoping to take the kids to Washington, D.C. After cheer camp was over with and stuff, I was hoping to take them up to Washington, D.C., go look at the museums, give them some stuff to do. And now it kind of scares me because what if a sniper shooting happens? What if IEDs are placed all around? What if, because we are of the color that we are, what if we're targets? What if, you know, there's always the what ifs. And, you know, you can't be scared. You know, you can't be scared. And it honestly doesn't make any sense. And I don't think in Jacksonville, I don't think things will get crazy because there's so many military personnel. But in big cities such as DC, Atlanta, Los Angeles, you know, the major cities, Orlando, you know, they're all going to have their protesting. And what if sniper stuff keeps happening? What if law enforcement keeps getting killed? You know, law enforcement is supposed to be there to help and protect. And not all law enforcement are bad. There are some bad apples with everything. There are bad apples in the military. There are bad apples in law enforcement. There are bad apples with your friends. There's bad apples with your family. But you don't see, you know, us going out and shooting our family or friends because they're the bad apples. You don't see us shooting our military personnel because they're the bad apples. You know, there has got to be a stop to this in some way, somehow. This has got to end. Because what's going to happen is our children are going to see this. This is going to start up in our schools. Whether it be elementary school, middle school, high school, violence is going to be on the rise. And if parents don't teach their kids what is actually going on, and if parents will tell kids, well, this is racial, and white people are doing this, or black people are doing this, then guess what? That's racial profiling. And kids, when they get back into school, are going to be like, well, I don't want to talk to a white person because they did this, or I don't want to talk to a black person because they did that. No, that's not how it's going to go. That's not how it works. Because then that's going to cause more problems in schools. It's going to cause more problems with these kids growing up, but they already have enough issues going on now. And it just needs to stop. It all needs to stop. I'm sorry. It just frustrates me. It irritates me. And on top of that, we got this whole freaking campaign going on with the Joker Trump and Hillary Clinton. And you know, you got a murderer that could be president. You got a Joker idiot that could be president. So it's like we're screwed on who could be president of the United States. So who's going to fix that? Who's going to help our country? Who's going to help? We don't know. So is this problem ever going to get solved, or is this going to go back to the Civil War? Is this going to be another Civil War in the United States? Is this going to be against the North versus South? Is this going to be us against each other? And that's not the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be there for each other. We're supposed to be there protecting each other. We're all God's children. We are all God's children. It started off with Adam and Eve. So technically we are all brothers and sisters, no matter what color we are. Whether we're black, white, we're Indian, we're Korean, we're green, blue, yellow, Aborigine. It does not matter what our skin color is. It doesn't matter what language we speak. Just get along. We're all going to have our quarrels. We're all going to have our ups and downs. We're all going to have our disagreements. But come on, wake up, America. Seriously. How is this going to affect our kids? Hey, babes. Yes, I will grab bread on my way home. But you missed my conversation, babe. You missed it. I'm just saying. I'm going to recap it, babe. I said that it all started off with Adam and Eve, which makes us all brothers and sisters. Where am I at? I left base over NCX. I'm over at Commons Elementary to pick up little Chris from his summer reading camp. And then we're going to drop the kids off at Kids Biz. And then Chris and I are heading to the beach for a couple hours by ourselves. Okay, so anyway, back to my little commentary, little speech spiel. So, you know, it started off with Adam and Eve. Okay? Then it evolved. We come out with different nationalities. We come out with blacks, whites, Indians, Koreans, you know, Kurdish. You name it, they got it, okay? Israelis. Okay, whatever. We are all God's people. We are all from the same person. So why do we have to hate each other? Why? Why? I don't understand it. Not all cops are bad. Not all military personnel are bad. Not all friends are bad. So just because if our friends are stupid and retarded sometimes, does that mean we have to kill them? Because a military personnel went behind our back and did something stupid and said some racial slur, does that mean we get to kill him? When I was sexually assaulted in the Marine Corps, does that mean I should have killed that sergeant? No, just kick him in his nuts. He'll be good to go. That's why his ass got divorced on top of it and got charged. Okay, good to go. Okay, so with murders, it's a totally different story. One guy definitely did not deserve to be murdered. He did what he was asked to do, and the cop shot him anyway. That's a bunch of BS. Then you have this whole Dallas thing that should have never happened in the first place. Innocent cops getting shot. Like a civilian I know got shot. Like, this is going to happen everywhere. And here, you know, I was hoping to take the kids to D.C. I think it would be awesome. But I can't even trust taking the kids to D.C. I can't even trust taking the kids to D.C. We don't know what's going to happen in D.C. Is the same incident going to happen in D.C.? Is President Obama going to protect us? No, he's not. He's not going to protect us. He's not going to protect us. Is military. If we go anywhere, we're going to be staying on Barracks Row. Those Marines are going to be the ones that are going to protect us. They're going to be the ones to protect us. Not the security over at the White House. Not the security at the Capitol. Not the D.C. security. Not D.C. police. No. Not them. Like I said, we are all God's children. We need to freaking get along. Otherwise, a civil war is going to break out. That is the least thing we want to happen. We don't want that to happen. Nobody wants that to happen. Once that happens, everybody is going to be out buying more guns, more ammo. And you got to think of all of our kids in school. They're going to be, like, their parents are going to be like, well, white people did this to black people, or black people did this to white people. And it's going to turn our kids against their friends because they're a different color. Are you kidding? Our kids don't understand any of this. They don't understand any of it. So don't drag our kids into this. Do not drag our kids into this. They are innocent. That's why I don't like our kids watching stuff like this. I do not like them watching this stuff. I think that the news puts up so much stuff, and everything on the news is always bad. There's nothing ever good on the news. That's why we, like, never watch the news. And I'm tired of holding this stupid thing, so I'm going to take it off of here. Sorry if you get close up and you witness my fitness. But, like, I just don't understand. Nobody has to get along with each other. Sweet Jesus, that's just the way we are. That's the way the world is. We're all entitled to our differences. Plain as day. Okay, we're all entitled to our differences. But race needs to get out of the differences. This stopped back in, what, the 60s? During like the whole discrimination thing, like changed integration and everything else. This is bullshit, and I'm sorry for my language, but it's absolute bullshit. And our kids are going to grow up seeing this. Our kids are going to grow up watching people get killed. Our kids are going to grow up watching their parents get killed in front of them. Our kids are going to grow up not understanding what is going on in this country. The little girl didn't understand why her daddy just in front of her. I don't understand why her daddy got killed in front of her. I still don't understand that. He did what the police officer told him to do. All the cop had to do was say, can you please step out of the vehicle? The guy could have stepped out of his vehicle. The cop could have searched the vehicle, got the weapon, the concealed weapon, considering he had a concealed weapons license, could have gotten the weapon, then could have gotten the information for his license and registration. Bam. They could have been gone. They could have been good to go. And for a busted taillight, are you kidding me? At least the guy spoke up and said, hey, I have a concealed carry permit. I have a weapon on me. The guy was smart enough to first out point blank tell the police officer that. That's the first thing you should do in the first place. But what happens? Boom, 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 boom. 4 shots. He's killed in front of his girlfriend and in front of his 4-year-old daughter. You saw his last breaths on live Facebook. Saw his last breaths. I'm about to install a gosh forsaken dual camera, front, rear, I don't care, up in this car. Now, you want me to tell you what happened on base while I was on my way to base? I hate racism. I hate it more than anything in this world. I hate it, hate it, hate it. On my way to base today, okay, there was a person of color in front of me, person of color behind me, okay? The person in color in front of me didn't have to show an ID, nothing. Got flagged on. Go. Okay? Gate guard was a person of color. Okay? Me, obviously, I'm Casper. Takes my ID, scans it. The person behind me, what happens? He gets the all clear. Doesn't even check his ID card. It's a person of color. So what's I say? Okay, I am white. I have to get my stuff checked and searched, whatever. But the 2 people of color didn't have to do any of that. Okay, that right there is considered racism right there. But me, on the other hand, guess what? Life is life. But if people keep doing this route and they keep doing what they're doing and keep pushing this whole racism from one person to the next person and keep bringing it up and up and up, it's just going to escalate even more and even more and even more. And it's just going to be a widespread epidemic. And it's going to cause such a huge problem. It's not just going to be in Minnesota. It's not just going to be in Louisiana. It's not just going to be in Dallas. It's going to be in D.C. It's going to be in Los Angeles. It's going to be in Atlanta. It's going to be in Orlando. It's going to go everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be in major cities, major crime cities. Look at Louisville, Kentucky, major crime city. Lexington, Kentucky, major crime city. Okay? We can't let this happen. We cannot let this happen. So some way, somehow, we have got to stop this hatred. Police are there to do their job. There are bad seeds upon everybody. There are bad seeds in police officers. There are bad seeds in military personnel. There are bad seeds in the ministries, you know, Catholics. There are bad seeds in Baptists. There are bad seeds everywhere in teachers and in city councils. Look at our stupid president. He's a bad seed. Look at Hillary Clinton. She's a bad seed. Look at Donald Trump. He's a bad seed. You know, nobody's freaking perfect. And it irritates me. It just irritates me. And here, our poor little innocent kids are the ones that have to go through this. They're the ones that are going to get picked on because of their race and their nationality. They're the ones that are going to get targeted for what color they are, their skin color, because of possibly what their parents may tell them, or possibly what the news may tell them, or possibly what they may see on their iPads or their iPhones, or possibly what they may see while they're watching CNN or Fox News, or possibly what they read in the newspaper, or possibly what their friends have to say. This has got to stop. Has to stop. We can't let this happen anymore. Can't let this happen. And to be honest with you, I'm not one to do protesting. I hate protesting. But I'm thinking about doing something here in Jacksonville. And I'm thinking about doing it around the Freedom Fountain. Because that's exactly what it is. It's freedom. It is freedom. And I know it's mainly geared towards our military. But it's our freedom. It is our freedom to be who we are. It is our freedom of speech. It is our freedom to do this. It would be nice to hold like a candlelight vigil for the officers that have lost their lives. For the one innocent that we know of who has lost his life for no reason. We have to end this violence. We have to end this corruption. We have to stay positive for our children. We have to. Otherwise, it will be another civil war. And that will not be good. Not with the equipment and the ammunition and the artillery that there are in this country today. These guys had assault rifles. They had everything that they possibly had. They had sniper rifles. Come on. So yes, I have thought about having something maybe, I don't know, next Tuesday or something over at the Freedom Fountain, downtown Freedom Fountain. A little candlelight vigil. We have got to stop this violence. We have to stop this violence. We have to be there for our country. We have to be there for law enforcement. Be there for the ones who, what was his name? Orlando, who got shot for no stinking reason. No reason, in front of his child. In front of his child and his girlfriend. All captured live. We've got to help our children understand this isn't the way it's supposed to be. Don't listen to the media all the time. This is not the way the world is supposed to be. And we have to end this violence. So, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to set something up for next week at the Freedom Fountain. I know the Freedom Fountain is for military. I understand that. But you know what? Freedom is freedom from everybody. And like I said before, we all came from Adam and Eve. We are all related. We are all the same. No matter our skin color, no matter our religion, no matter what country we have come from, no matter our backgrounds, it doesn't matter. We should always be there for each other, no matter what. So, that is the end of my little rant. I am honestly scared as being, I don't want to say being a white person, to be able to go up to Washington, D.C. with our kids, because I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to get shot? Are our kids going to get shot? Is something going to happen in Washington, D.C.? Don't know. You know, that's something I want to do with the kids. I want to take them to all the Smithsonians. I don't know what's going to happen. It's not like I can carry a concealed weapon with me up there. I can't do that. It's a no-gun zone. You can't do that. You know, am I supposed to hire security to keep an eye out on us? No. So we have to let God handle that. He's gonna have to be the one who controls whatever happens. So, some way, somehow, all of this has to end. And I have a feeling that what has happened these last couple days is just only the beginning. I think this is only the beginning of what's to come. And I think it all started off with Trayvon Martin, which I think is a bunch of BS that, you know, he was shot and killed by George Zimmerman. And then you had stupid crackhead Casey Anthony killing her daughter and gets off with it, you know. And then you got Hillary Clinton saying she didn't intentionally mean to do something. Well, I don't intentionally mean to drink and drive. I don't intentionally mean to harm somebody. So that means it maybe if I wanted to strip down naked and walk down the street and I get charged with indecent exposure, I can tell the cop, guess what? It was hot outside. I didn't intentionally mean to walk down the street with no clothes on but a bra and panties. I didn't intentionally mean to do it. Therefore, I cannot be charged because Hillary Clinton didn't get charged for her unintentional emails and unintentional murders of Americans. Okay, that was unintentional. Okay, so I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated with this country. I'm frustrated with everything going on with this country. And I think law enforcement, I think civilians, I think everybody just needs to take a step back. They need to woosah. They need extra training. They need to read the laws. They need to understand what kind of corruption's going on, not only with law enforcement, possibly, but with civilians as well. killing innocent people isn't going to do any justice. It's just going to cause massive panic, massive chaos, and cause more killing and more injuries, and it's just going to cause more destruction, more chaos in other cities, not countries, but other cities. And technically, if you want to call yourself African Americans, they come from Africa. Okay, your descendants came from Africa. I can't sit here and call myself a German American because I did not come from Germany. I'm an American. I have German in me. I have Polish in me. I'm a Heinz 57, but I can't sit there and call myself a Heinz 57 American. Okay, I am 100% purebred American. Okay, so we're all Americans here. That's all that matters. Race, who cares anymore? I understand that every race has their problems. You know, a person that is our color, that is a white person walking into the ghetto, okay, you're going to face your problems. A person of color walking into a predominantly white area, they're going to think that they're facing problems too. But guess what? You're going to have to do it eventually. Stand up for yourself. Be the minority. Be that person. Then people will follow. Then maybe this country will get back on track. And maybe people will start getting along. How about that? How about that? I've got no problem with it. I'll go walking down the ghetto. Oh, somebody put an old face. Who put an old face? Chris, I know you put an old face. You gotta go, oh. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Anyways, that is my rant. That is my rant. I'm so sick and tired of murders. I'm sick and tired of police brutality. I'm tired of people thinking they're owed something when they're not. They're, you know, people saying they're owed something because of what their ancestors went through. You know, we took this land from the Native Americans. Do you see the Native Americans coming after us and killing us? No, you don't see them coming after us. Do you see the Jewish people coming after the Germans because of what the Germans did to the Jews? No, you don't see that. Really close friends of mine, one's Jewish and one's German, and they're married with 2 kids. Happily. Like, seriously. There are differences. That happened a long time ago. A long time ago. So why can't we put the segregation behind us? Why can't we put it behind us? Leave it alone. We are all people. Whether you believe in God or not, we are all people. We are all created equal. We all have the same rights. We are all people. So act like it. Act like an adult. Act like you're a human being. Act like you have your rights, like you do have your rights. We have our freedom of speech. We have our freedom of religion. We have everything we have our freedoms to. So act like it. Don't just go off and be a freaking little pansy and start blasting police officers with your little sniper rifles. This isn't a damn war. You're not in freaking Afghanistan shooting freaking terrorists, are you? No, you're not. You're not in Iraq shooting freaking terrorists, are you? No, you're not. So how about you get your little pansy ass out? You want to kill a cop? Do it point blank then. Stand there. Shoot him. I dare you. I dare you. This is why people get killed. This is, oh my God, it gets me so irate. It just irritates me. And I feel horrible for the community. I feel horrible for everything that's going on. But people need to put their freaking differences aside. Segregation ended a long time ago. And it needs to end now. Now. The Confederate flag deal, that does not mean anything about racism. Sorry, it does not. That had to do with the Civil War. Yet again, because of what is going on now, we're about to come into another Civil War. So thank you, America, for bringing us into what could possibly be another civil war. So unless the violence ends, unless the police corruption ends, unless everything else, everybody just freaking get along, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with our people? What is going to happen with our children? What is going to happen with our country? You know, there's going to be IEDs everywhere. There's going to be RPGs. You don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. People have drones. There were drone attacks. We don't know. What happens if your children are in school and a drone comes across their school? Drone attack, boom. Seriously. Christopher Mayer, you're hilarious. Like, we do not know what could happen. I was pulled up over here to school. Okay? What if somebody puts a bomb on a bus? Because the majority of the students are, say, white students, and one of them happens to be a cop, you know, a cop's son or daughter. Okay, is that going to solve anything? No. It's just going to cause more problems. I have no problem against black people. I have no problem against white people. I have no problem against Koreans or Mexicans or Spanish people or people from Yemen or people from Israel or people from whatever country. Because like I said, we are all of God's children. We came from Adam and Eve. That's where we came from. So how about we act like it? Get along. So guess what? Next week, I'm holding a candlelight vigil. I am. I don't care. Holding a candlelight vigil at the Freedom Fountain, downtown, over by the little bank, the fountain that has all the pretty colors. Yes, I'm going to hold like a little candlelight vigil there. It's not going to be a protest. It's not. It's just going to be a candlelight vigil. People want to say something? Have at it. We're going to do this next, we'll say, Tuesday night, 6 o'clock. Or we'll say 8 o'clock. We'll say 8 o'clock. Okay? So Freedom Fountain, Jacksonville, North Carolina, 8 o'clock, Freedom Fountain, candlelight vigil. This is for the fallen that have been executed by police officers that didn't deserve to die. The other one, the cell CDs, I don't really know exactly what happened. I don't know if that was, you know, it should have happened or not. I do not know. I don't know. This is for all the police officers who were killed like cowards by snipers. This is for everybody that has been injured. This is for all the stuff that's going on right now. This is for everybody to unite. Black, white, Mexican, Korean, Asian, Puerto Rican, freaking Muslim. I don't care what nationality you are. Like I said, you think about it, Jesus Christ was born in Jerusalem. He was a Jew. He started Christianity. He is the one that had Adam and Eve. Christ is the one. God is the one that created Adam and Eve. We all came from Adam and Eve. You realize that. We all came from Adam and Eve. We are all one. We are all brother and sister. So what we're doing is killing our brothers and sisters. Doesn't matter what color we are. Doesn't matter what color we are. At all. Doesn't matter. So get along with other people. You don't like a person? Don't talk to them. Don't shoot them. Seriously? If you need backup, call the cops. Go to altercation, walk away. If it's going to escalate, call the cops. Is it that difficult? No, it's not that difficult. So, from a woman Marine veteran, speaking her mind, speaking how she feels, this is how I feel. And no, I'm not running for president because God only knows I'm going to have a hit on my head and somebody will try to freaking assassinate me because I'm speaking how I feel. And, you know, I wish I could make this public and make it go all over the entire world. But, you know, it's not going to happen. You know why? Because people don't care about people like me. They do not care about people like me talking. They just don't. So, live from Jacksonville, North Carolina. Hope everybody has a wonderful, fantastic day. I have ended my rant, my rave. Again, Tuesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Make sure you have a candle. It doesn't matter if it's one of the fake ones you put a battery in. It doesn't matter. They sell them at the Dollar Tree. $1. I think you get a 2-pack for $1. Make sure you have a candle. We are going to do a candlelight vigil. This is a peaceful demonstration. There will be no arguing, no fighting, no disrespect, no nothing. People will get along. People of all nationality. It does not matter. And the first person that wants to open their freaking mouth and start some racial slurs or wants to start any kind of religious altercations, they can leave. Because that's not the way it works around here. I'm the one setting this up, so you can leave. So if you feel like you can follow the simple directions, then you are more than welcome to come. Tuesday, 8 p.m., Freedom Fountain, Jacksonville, North Carolina. It will be posted live on Facebook. And if people would like to say something there at the Freedom Fountain on how they feel on the whole situation, I want them to do that. I want them to show their emotion. I want them to show how they feel about it. About the Dallas shooting. About Orlando's, the guy named Orlando from Minnesota shooting. I can't even remember the other guy's name. The CD guy seller. I want to know all of this. I want to know how people feel. And we're going to have a moment of silence. This is sad and it's just ridiculous. So, again, like I said, with that said, I'm saying peace out. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I love every one of you all, whether you agree with me or not agree with me, because I'm not here to start an altercation. I'm here just to say how I feel under the Second Amendment. Actually, not Second Amendment, First Amendment. My bad. Second Amendment, I can carry my gun with me, but I'm not going to. Oh, and another thing is, please do not carry a gun with you in your purse, in your backpack, on your person that is, concealed, unless you have a concealed weapons license. Please do not do that, because if you do, you're going to jail. FYI. It happens too many times. Please do not carry them into restaurants. Don't carry them into bars. Don't carry them into anything. And if you get a gun, please make sure it has a safety on it, especially if you have kids. Just saying. Just saying. You don't know what's going to happen. You could drop your purse and bam, your gun goes off. It shoots somebody. Okay? If you have a weapon permit, it's not a concealed one, but you have a weapon permit, carry it on the outside of you. Open carry. It's an open carry state. But if the signs show the correct and proper way that you can carry, open carry, then you can do so. If the sign shows no guns, no weapons, no concealed weapons, no nothing, do not take them in there. Whether it be at a grocery store, definitely not a freaking bank, because you cannot have a weapon inside of a bank. Restaurants, 99% of restaurants, you cannot have a concealed weapon or a weapon on you at all, whether it be visible or not. On a military installation, you cannot have a weapon on you at all. It is against federal law. FYI, just want to let y'all know that. I see it happen too many times. Don't want anybody going to prison for it. You want to go to Leavenworth, you can make me a nice, beautiful license plate. So, peace out, y'all. I love you. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.